Today, we are diving into a book that isn't about one single secret, but about 100. A book that acts as a practical toolkit for a more successful and fulfilling life. We are exploring 100 Things Successful People Do by Nigel Cumberland. What if I told you that the life you dream of isn't the result of one giant leap, but of 100 small, deliberate steps? What if the difference between feeling stuck and feeling successful wasn't some stroke of luck, but a collection of simple exercises you could start doing right now? Most of us look at successful people and we see the end result, the wealth, the confidence, the accomplishments, and we assume they were born with a special gift we don't have. But this book pulls back the curtain. It shows us that success isn't a destination you arrive at, but a way you choose to live, day by day. It reveals that the world's most accomplished people aren't a different species. They have simply mastered a series of small but powerful habits and mindsets. These are the habits that, when practiced consistently, create extraordinary results. So if you've ever wondered what it truly takes to transform your life, stay with us, because today we're not just going to talk about one of those things. We're going to unpack a treasure trove of them, and you might be surprised to find how many you can start doing the moment this summary ends. Let's begin with the single most important idea in the entire book, the foundation upon which all other success is built. Thing number 1. Follow your dreams. Richard Branson once said, "You will live a much better life if you pursue your passions." People who work on the things that they love usually enjoy life more than everyone else does, simply because they are chasing their dreams. Your dreams are the fuel for your success. Without them, you're like a high-performance car with an empty tank. You might look impressive, but you're not going anywhere. Behind every truly successful person is a dream that was fulfilled. It was something that motivated them, excited them, and pushed them to believe in the impossible. The author, Nigel Cumberland, speaks from painful experience. In school, he loved geography, but followed the advice of others to study economics. He became an accountant instead of following his own career dreams. How many of us have made a similar choice? We let ourselves be driven by other people's guidance and expectations, only to realize later that we weren't following our own path. Successful people, in contrast, never forget what they love to do. They learn to follow their own path, no matter how unconventional it might seem to others. Think of Steve Jobs, who quit a prestigious university to pursue his passions, a decision that eventually led to the creation of Apple. So the first exercise is to know your own dreams. What did you love to do as a child? If money were no object, what kind of life would you choose? What aspects of your friends' lives do you look at with a little envy? You must optimistically believe in your dreams, even when your mind fills with fear and doubt. There will always be reasons not to do something. The successful person finds the strength and courage to step forward and start. But having a dream isn't enough. This leads to the third powerful habit: create your future. Successful people never rely on chance or fate. You might look at someone and think they got lucky, that they were just in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, every piece of good fortune is almost always the result of hours or even years of hard work and preparation. You must take control. You cannot resign yourself to what the future holds. Many people give up on trying to influence their future, blaming bad luck or other people for their lives. This fatalistic thinking is a dead end. To create a great future, you must believe that you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. This doesn't mean ignoring the past, but it does mean not allowing what happened in the past to determine your future. Your future starts in your mind, with the belief that you are the one creating it. So don't let others bring you down. When you share your dreams, some people may be cynical or negative. Seek supportive environments where you can create your future, even if that means pulling away from people who are unable to be positive about your plans. To create your future effectively, you must first master your own mind. This brings us to a crucial set of related habits. The first is to be emotionally intelligent. As Charles R. Swindoll famously said, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. Losing control of your emotions can destroy your chances of living a successful life. Poor emotional intelligence, or EQ, is all around us. People arguing on the bus, parents shouting at their children, someone angrily resigning from their job. Successful careers, marriages, and partnerships are often destroyed by moments of emotional madness. It's easy to laugh at someone like celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay, who swears and shouts, but in real life, this behavior creates fear and unhappiness. To be successful, you must learn to keep your emotions in check. This doesn't mean you can't get angry or upset, but it means you do so consciously, without losing control. A key part of high EQ is empathy, the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes. Highly empathetic people rarely lose self-control, making them far better equipped to deal with what life throws at them. The first step is to learn to pause before reacting. When you feel a strong emotion like anger or hurt, take a few seconds. Sit down if you're standing. Buy time by saying, "Just give me a moment to think about this." Often, it's best to sleep on things and respond the next day. This inner work also involves thing number 8. Make friends with your past. You cannot change your past, but you can change the way you think and feel about it. We all carry thoughts and feelings that trouble us, regrets, guilt over past mistakes, or anxiety over what others did to us. These feelings can hold you back from success, making you scared to commit or take risks. It's crucial to be aware that your memory is not always accurate. We often recall the negatives and forget the positives. It's easy to think you were hurt or upset in the past, when in truth, you might have only partially understood what was really happening. You must be willing to explore the issues from your past. Do not pretend everything is fine when it's not. Try to understand what really happened, perhaps by speaking to family and friends. And most importantly, you must resolve things. To bring peace to your life, you may need to forgive others, which is the 24th habit. Refusing to forgive is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You must forgive others not for them, but for the sake of your own well-being. Forgiving frees you up to live a more full and positive life. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength that allows you to move on. The foundation of a successful life is built on these internal pillars: having a dream, believing you can create your future, mastering your emotions, and making peace with your past. With this foundation, you can then begin to build the habits of action. This starts with thing number 7. Start each day well. How you start your day plays a key part in how successful you will be. As the saying goes, well done is half done. Starting your day badly means you're constantly playing catch-up. To create a powerful morning routine, get up at least 30 minutes earlier than you normally do. Spend a few minutes meditating or doing some yoga stretches. Make time for a healthy breakfast. And no matter how you commute, decide that it will be a relaxing and stress-free time. Listen to music, an audiobook, or a podcast. Arrive at work early and ready to go, and plan your day. This momentum will carry you through the entire day. Of course, a good start is useless without clear direction. That's why thing number 57 is to have clearly written goals. A goal that isn't written down is merely a wish. Writing down your goals greatly increases your chances of achieving them. A famous study at California's Dominican University showed a 42% increase in success rate when goals are written down. Writing forces you to be clear about what you really want, and it makes your goals memorable. Your goals should be SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. I want to retire early is a wish. I will save 20% of my income every month to have $1 million saved for retirement by age 55 is a goal. Keep a goals journal and review it regularly. It will serve as your anchor and compass. Once you have your goals, you must act. This is where thing 55, do it today, becomes your mantra. Delay and procrastination are the most common success killers. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. The price of not starting now is always higher than you think. To overcome it, you must be honest with yourself about why you're procrastinating. Is it laziness, fear of failure, or are you just unsure how to start? The solution is to start small. Break the task down into manageable, bite-sized pieces. Decide how many small steps you can achieve today and then start. If in doubt, just start now. As you begin to act, you will face choices. Here, a pair of opposing habits becomes crucial. Thing 14, say yes, and thing 15, say no. Successful people are often the ones who say yes when others say no. They say yes to new opportunities, new experiences, and new challenges. When you're faced with an opportunity, ask yourself the "will I wish I said yes" test. We often regret the things we don't do far more than the things we do. However, the flip side is just as important. Saying yes is great, but saying yes when you mean no will never be a winner. Being a doormat is not a healthy way to live and is terrible for your self-esteem. You can't please everyone all the time without causing yourself to suffer. You must learn to push back diplomatically and kindly. Instead of a blunt no, seek to be understood. You can say, "I've agreed to your idea the last few times, now I would like to suggest we do this instead." The ability to strategically say yes to opportunities and no to things that drain you or deviate from your goals is a hallmark of successful people. These habits and actions are the engine of your success, but even the best engine needs a supportive environment to function. This is where your relationships and connections become critical. As we dive into how successful people interact with the world, remember that building a life you love isn't a solo mission. If you're finding value in these ideas and want to keep piling up wisdom from the world's best books, take a moment to hit that subscribe button for our channel, BookPiler. It's a small action that helps us continue to bring you this kind of life-changing content. Let's start with the people you choose to surround yourself with. Thing 66 is to choose your friends wisely. There's a saying that we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with, and it's profoundly true. Your friends can strengthen and improve you, or they can bring you down. Their habits will rub off on you. Spend time with negative, unmotivated people, and you will find your own energy and ambition start to wane. Spend time with positive, strong-willed friends, and your own self-control and willpower will increase. This means you must also practice thing 82, say goodbye to toxic people. A toxic person is someone who constantly puts you down, fills the air with negativity, is always moaning, and is never giving. They are a pollutant to your life. You must minimize contact with these people. It's not about being cruel. It's about protecting your sanity, your health, and your peace of mind. Only you can judge when a relationship has become toxic, but once you know, you must have the courage to politely reply no to their invitations and create distance. Once you've curated your inner circle, the next step is to nurture it. This involves thing 13, be likable. A truly successful life is filled with friends, and it helps if people like being around you. Likable qualities include listening well, being trustworthy, kind, generous, positive, and fun. The good news is that these are all qualities you can learn. It also means you must practice thing 27, give credit where it's due. Everyone wants to be acknowledged. It stems from the human need to be valued and recognized. Thanking people regularly, both in private and in public, is hugely important. When you see someone doing a great job, tell them. A few simple words of thanks have immense power. And if you find you don't need much recognition yourself, understand that others do. Most people love being complimented and thanked. To expand your circle and opportunities, you must also master Thing 29, build rapport. It is impossible to be successful without building rapport. Success comes from having people follow you, work with you, and believe in you. This only happens when they understand you, trust you, and feel comfortable with you. One of the most powerful ways to build rapport is to listen. Just listen. Perhaps the most important thing we ever give each other is our attention. To build rapport, you must find common ground. Be authentic. Don't just pretend to like what they like. You can also use mirroring, or what is called postural congruence. If they are sitting with arms crossed, you can do the same. This helps them feel comfortable with you on an unconscious level. And above all, listen well and show empathy. Be someone other people want to be around. The final piece of this social puzzle is about giving back. Thing 16 is to volunteer your time, and Thing 98 is to mentor others to success. Real success is about helping other people succeed. As Winston Churchill said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. You don't have to be rich to give. An hour a week helping at a local animal shelter or mentoring a younger colleague is priceless. Giving your time is cathartic and humbling. One of the secrets to success is to constantly help others succeed in their goals. The best way to master something is to teach it. When you mentor others, you not only help them, but you also deepen your own understanding and skills. We've built the foundation of mindset, the engine of action, and the ecosystem of relationships. Now we need to talk about the fuel that keeps it all running sustainably for a lifetime. This is about your health, your wealth, and your overall philosophy of life. This starts with the non-negotiable habit of Thing 23, stay healthy. What is the sense in working yourself into the ground, getting overstressed and burned out, just to earn enough money to pay for your health care? Your health is your main wealth. You can lose all your money and make it back, but if you go bankrupt with your health, you won't be earning it back anytime soon. This means you must exercise, maintain your mental health by avoiding excessive stress, and value your emotional health by walking away from people and situations that drain you. This is supported by Thing 52, sleep well. Sleep deprivation causes all kinds of problems. It weakens your immune system, leads to heart problems, and kills your focus. We are the only mammals that willingly delay falling asleep. Don't take your worries to bed with you. Switch off from daily challenges at least 1 hour before bedtime. Your health is also directly tied to Thing 12. Banish your stress. Stress is the trash of modern life. It ruthlessly puts out your dreams and robs you of your happiness. You must learn to manage the effects before they become chronic. This involves getting more sleep, exercising, meditation, and relaxing. But more importantly, you have to tackle the root causes of your stress. This is where Thing 17 comes in. Focus on things you can control. Stop worrying about what you cannot control. It is a total waste of your energy. It always astonishes the author how much time people spend trying to change what cannot be changed, and then waste more energy complaining. The alternative is much more productive. Simply focus on what is under your own control and influence. You can't control the weather, but you can control your reaction to it. You can't control what your colleagues think, but you can control your own work ethic and character. This is about knowing the difference between what you can change and what you can't, and having the wisdom to focus your energy where it matters. This philosophy of control extends to your finances. Thing 18 is to live within your means. You do not need to be a millionaire to be successful, but to achieve your dreams, you're going to need money. This requires financial planning and goal setting. The sad reality is that most people do the opposite of living within their means. They use future income to consume more now. To be successful, you must defer consumption. Don't be embarrassed about not spending. You don't have to keep up with your friends and neighbors. Set financial goals, review your income and expenses, and automatically transfer the amount you want to save into a separate account as soon as you receive your salary. Then, live on the remainder. This brings us to a more profound philosophical shift. Thing 56, seek experiences over things. Groundbreaking research shows that experiences bring more enduring happiness and fulfillment than material possessions. Things get broken, go out of style, or become dated, but experiences, a holiday, a concert, a class, get better every time you talk about them. Surprisingly, even experiences that go wrong give us positive memories. Buying things provides a short-term buzz, but experiences create a lifetime of memories. As one anonymous quote says, "I regret spending money on that epic life-changing trip," said no one ever. Your memories are one of your most valuable assets, so put your camera away from time to time. Experience the moment live, rather than just through a lens. Finally, all of this is wrapped in the ultimate habit of a successful life. Thing 100, regret nothing. An Australian nurse who cared for dying patients explored their biggest regrets. The 5 she heard most often were, "I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I wish I hadn't suppressed my own feelings. I wish I had invested more time in friendships. I wish I had let myself be happier." These deathbed regrets are just an extension of how we live each day. Your mission to have no regrets at the end of your life starts today. It is about having the courage to follow your dreams, to be true to yourself, to work smart instead of just hard, to express your feelings honestly, to nurture your relationships, and to allow yourself to be happy. In 100 Things Successful People Do, Nigel Cumberland has given us not a single key, but a whole key ring. Success is not a mystery. It is the result of conscious choices, practical exercises, and consistent habits. It starts in your mind with the decision to follow your dreams and the belief that you are the creator of your future. It's powered by daily actions, by setting goals, by taking breaks, by saying yes to opportunity and no to distraction. It flourishes in a healthy ecosystem of positive, nourishing relationships, and it is sustained by a philosophy of health, gratitude, and a focus on what truly matters. What this book ultimately teaches us is that you don't need anyone's permission to be successful. You just need to decide what success means to you and then start doing the things that will get you there, one small thing at a time. Your journey to success is about mixing and matching these 100 things and making your own unique combination. So pick one thing from this summary and start doing it today. Maybe you'll start a gratitude journal. Maybe you'll call an old friend. Maybe you'll finally write down your goals. Whatever it is, start now. Because a successful life is not something you find, it's something you build, one small successful action at a time.